A couple of retired coaches putting aside their college hoops differences to split an app and 2 entrees for just $20. Look at them bonding over the jazzed up flavor of those new Bourbon Street entrees, just when I think people can't overcome their petty differences.
A couple of retired coaches putting aside their college hoops differences to split an app and 2 entrees for just $20. Look at them bonding over the jazzed up flavor of those new Bourbon Street entrees, just when I think people can't overcome their petty differences. Yeah. So to put aside something, great phrasal verb. Hoops, app, entrees, bucks. To bond, bonding, jazzed up. Bourbon Street, entrees again. Petty. All of those words, if you missed them, good. That's okay, because they're probably new. And when you hear new words, it gets really confusing. Like Michael said, it has that ricochet or that domino effect. Once one word is a problem, it affects the next word, and then boom, 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 you miss everything. So, yeah, this was very, very tough. For me, for the average American, easy. It was fast, but it was easy. All right? But once again, I'll make these words black. These words, if you missed them, it's good. That's okay. That's okay. Let's go back here. We can keep the V a little bit. We can bring it into the R. A couple of retired coaches. Hey, not couches, right? Coaches. A couple of retired coaches put aside. Now, we talked about this in Seinfeld last lesson. Button, putin. So we stop the T, and then we keep the tongue there for the N. Put, not poo, putin. Putting aside. Phrasal verb. Great verb. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Don't worry about the meaning. You can look, but just concentrate on the sound. Putting aside their college hoops differences. A couple of retired coaches, this is our subject, putting aside their college hoops differences. That's the object of the verb. Why? To split an app and 2 entrees for just $20. 4 pieces. A couple of retired coaches putting aside their college hoops differences to split an app and 2 entrees for just $20. To split an app and 2 entrees, it's French, entrees, and yeah, there's some E with a boop above it, but in American, Microsoft Word lets me do it like that, so I left it. An app and 2 entrees for just $20. For just $20. So many people miss bucks. This word is so common. American dollars. Look at them. Ah, yeah, we talked about this. Them, remember, we can say them like right? We can say them, and That's exactly what he did. Look at him, flap T. Look at him, bondin', ing, in, un. He said bondin'. Look at him bondin' over the jazzed up flavor. Look at him bonding over the jazzed up flavor of those new Bourbon Street entrees. Bourbon Street. I'll talk about it tomorrow. I want you guys to look up the significance of Bourbon Street. What's Bourbon Street? Just when I think, this is a great expression. Just when I think, ... I should have put this in EVC. It's a great expression. I wonder if I put it in the glossary. I'll double check. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Just when I think people can't overcome their petty differences. Petty. Let's look at those black words. Putting aside. Repeat after me. Putting aside. Hoops. App. Entrees. Bucks. bondin', jazzed up, Bourbon Street, entrees, petty. Great stuff. Lots to learn. Yes, it was really difficult. Look at it. 30% of these words and expressions are probably new for many of you. So that's why I chose it. Like I said, in February, I'll be nice. Great stuff to learn. Don't worry. I'll explain everything tomorrow after the answers and then the explanation. You're going to listen to this advertisement and go, yeah, that's pretty good. Really. Let's go. Repeat after me. Oh, would you look at that? We see two guys sitting at a restaurant eating. A couple of two retired coaches. Yes, those two men are very famous basketball coaches. Phil Knight and Digger Phelps. Coach Knight and Coach Phelps. They're both coaches at universities. One is a coach at Indiana University. Basketball team is the Hoosiers, and the other coach was at Notre Dame University, which is also in the state of Indiana, and they are the Fighting Irish. Okay, these coaches, different teams, same state, both teams very successful basketball teams, very successful because of the coaches. I wouldn't say the coaches were rivals because they were kind of different. But anyway, in Indiana, you have to be either a Hoosier fan or a Notre Dame fan. So it's kind of like a friendly rivalry. This is the idea. It's a rivalry, but not so much team rivalry, more coach rivalry, because they're both successful. Big coaches. So anyway, a couple of retired coaches, they don't coach anymore, putting aside their college hoops, basketball hoop, the basketball goes in, differences. So again, these guys had lots of arguments, fights, verbal fights over the years. You know, Indiana University's better, Notre Dame's better, who's better, which coach is better, who's the better coach of Indiana. And they had a lot of rivalry. So can you imagine them eating dinner together? No, because they have a lot of anger, jealousy towards each other. But they put aside their anger, they put aside their jealousy, they put aside their rivalry, and they're having a nice dinner together. To share an appetizer, and two entrees. So one coach has one entree, another coach has another entree, and they're sharing an app. This is the idea for just $20. Wow, it's really inexpensive. That's great. Look at them bonding, getting close while the jazzed up flavor, the extra spicy, special, delicious flavor of those new Bourbon Street entrees. Now, Bourbon Street is a very famous street in New Orleans, Louisiana, which has Cajun cooking, very famous, restaurants down there. So Applebee's has a new menu with several items, and it's called the Bourbon Street entrees. And they have 2 or 3 or 4 different entrees, different dishes. And the flavor or the style of cooking is from Bourbon Street, which is Louisiana, New Orleans, Cajun style food. It's a special area style food. It's new on the menu. And that's what the coaches are eating. Just when I think people can't overcome their petty differences, their stupid rivalries, their stupid jealousies, their stupid reasons for not liking each other. They're stupid, they're small, they're insignificant, they're stupid. Personally, I believe people are unable to forget their stupid jealousies. I believe that, but just when I think that is true, I look at these two coaches and they're bonding. They're becoming great friends. It's beautiful. I was wrong. People can overcome their petty differences. Wow. As soon as he says that,
A couple of retired coaches putting aside their college hoops differences to split an app and 2 entrees for just 20 bucks. Look at them bonding over the jazzed up flavor of those new Bourbon Street entrees, just when I think people can't overcome their petty differences. A couple of retired coaches putting aside their college hoops differences to split an app and 2 entrees for just 20 bucks. Look at them bonding over the jazzed up flavor of those new Bourbon Street entrees, just when I think people can't overcome their petty differences.